Well, hello, America. 2 points right off the bat you need to know. 1, the tie doesn't really work, does it? 2, after last night's primary victories, the truth seems unavoidable, and here it is, the point. Tonight, Barack Obama will be the next president of the United States, and here's how I got there. It doesn't work. Yesterday's victory in Wisconsin and Hawaii, some of the final nails in Hillary Clinton's coffin. As a conservative, I'm actually kind of bummed because Obama scares the pants off of me. She is starring in a spectacular losing streak, and Obama's charm, his charisma, his momentum seems unstoppable. Here he is addressing a crowd in Texas last night after the announcement of his big wins.
Houston, this is our moment. This is our time. And if you are willing to vote for me, if you are willing to stand with me, if you're willing to caucus for me, then I truly believe that we will not just win Texas, we will win this nomination. We will win the general election. And you and I together will change this country and change the world.
Boy, he's not kidding. Texas, you do remember that you are a red state, right? Texas is not acting like a red state. The Texas primary isn't until March 4th, but early voting has already begun, and the turnout is breaking all kinds of records. Approximately 8,600 Democratic ballots were cast in Dallas County yesterday alone, as opposed to just 2,400 Republican ones. The Democratic Party has offered ordered 100,000 extra ballots in anticipation of the huge crowds. That's double the normal number. For the GOP, terrifying just a wee bit. Election officials say that the early voting could account for up to 60% of the total primary vote. Can you imagine Texas voting Democrat by a margin of 4-1 in a general election? I can, mainly because the candidate that they got is the one that was really bad against the border, and they haven't had a real conservative candidate that could handle their Texas-sized problems in a very long time. It seems that the Lone Star voters believe what I've been saying for months. Texans are not going to walk across the desert when a Republican candidate like John McCain isn't even bothering to hold out a glass of water. While John McCain was the winner in yesterday's contest, his best just isn't good enough. But at least he seems he's identified his likely opponent.
I will fight every moment of every day in this campaign to make sure Americans are not deceived by an eloquent but empty call for change.
Come on, man, which one looks like he's going to win? A call for change isn't empty. Americans do want change. But I wonder if there is a single candidate among these two whose policies speak to the kind of change America is demanding. Tonight, here's what you need to know. It's great to be a preacher. That is, until the Messiah shows up. John McCain is popular, but only in states where Barack Obama practically walks on water. The guy is the Messiah. McCain's moderate liberal leanings make him a disappointment at best to Republicans and irrelevant to Democrats and independents who are going to vote for Barack Obama. As for Hillary Clinton, Obama is winning over her base union members, lower income voters, women. If you got any tears left, Hillary, you better get crying because this thing is over. America, Hillary Clinton will be staying as a senator. Barack Obama is headed for the Oval Office. Dan Patrick is a Texas state senator as well as a radio host for KSEV in Houston, Texas. Michael Reagan is a GOP strategist and syndicated talk radio host. Gentlemen, let me just start with you, Dan.
Yes,
you disagree or agree?
No, I totally agree, Glenn. What happened yesterday in Harris County, which is the home of Houston, where I have my Senate district, is we had an historic turnout on the first day. In 2004, Glenn, in the last presidential primary, 1,200 people showed up. Yesterday, 12,000 people showed up.
How many people at the Toyota Center yesterday?
Over 20,000. I haven't seen that much excitement since the Rockets won the NBA championship.
Right. Okay, so 20,000 in the Toyota Center. I got to tell you, I think John McCain probably couldn't fill up a Camry in Texas.
No, in fact, Mike Huckabee could still possibly win Texas. That's how many Republicans are disenchanted with McCain. But yesterday's totals in Harris County, Glenn, you mentioned Dallas County and Tarrant County, where Fort Worth is. Last primary election, 800 voters on the first day, this time 10,000. And they're turning out in numbers 3-1, Democrats to Republicans. And what this means, Glenn, you're so right, is that John McCain, who would have thought he wouldn't have to spend much time or money in Texas, he'll have to defend Texas, and if these models hold, he could lose Texas, and when you take the electoral votes of California, New York, and Texas, no Republican can win if they lose all three.
Okay, Mike. I think that Barack Obama is like, do you remember those songs that we used to sing in the 70s when we were kids, and 60s and 70s, and we would sing songs and we wouldn't even know what the lyrics were, but you'd sing along and you were like, I like that song. And then when you got to
love the tune.
Yeah, when you get to be an adult, you listen to the lyrics and you're like, holy cow, what does that say? That is Barack Obama. Agree or disagree?
Oh, I agree with it. I mean, the guy's a rock star. He's out there speaking. You have a man running for president who probably will be the president of the United States, who actually can articulate something, but we don't know what. He can put two words together. We haven't found a president with two words put together in about 8 years. They have no idea what he's saying, but he sounds good when he says it.
He does.
And so what's happening is they're going to elect somebody to be president of the United States who has no idea what he's going to be doing when he hits the Oval Office, and I don't think they really care.
You know what, I have to tell you, I think that's probably closer to it, that we don't know what's going on. We do. He is saying these things. We just don't care anymore, mainly as a society overall. I want to play a little audio clip here. This is Barack Obama's plan that is supposedly affordable for everybody now, to make college available for everybody. Listen to this.
We're going to provide a $4,000 tuition credit every student, every year. But students, you're going to have to give back something in return. You're going to have to participate in community service. We'll invest in you. You invest in America. Together we will march this country forward.
Dan Patrick, you know, I think it's time for people to go back and read history of FDR. This guy has the charm of JFK, but he has the policies of FDR, and he's going to have the power that FDR has. They didn't, you know, FDR is such a popular president. Everybody remembers him. Oh, we loved him. He was great. Right. Really? Then why did they change the Constitution so nobody could stay in power that long as soon as he died?
Well, and not only that, Glenn, but what we also have to watch is if the Republicans lose the Senate. If the Democrats get 60 senators, they'll have the House. That means the Democrats can do whatever they want. Now, I believe Barack Obama, if he becomes president, and while the models look that way now, things could change before November, but right now we'd have to say he's the heavy odds-on favorite. He will end liberalism in this country forever. As Jimmy Carter killed liberal thinking for 25 or 30 years, if Barack Obama is president, we will suffer, we'll feel the pain, but it will be the end of liberalism.
I have to tell you, I honestly, I mean this sincerely. I know this makes me sound like a freak, but I don't know if you have 4 years of those policies that you can recover from. Well, with the economy the way it is, and most people don't even, they're not even looking at how...
But as I said, Glenn, people aren't listening, and the GOP really needs to wake up to the numbers you were talking about at the beginning of the segment. The fact that no new people are coming to the polls for the Republicans. Nobody's showing up and saying, hey, I want to vote Republican because I'm excited.
Do you know why?
There's no excitement with the Republicans. All the excitement's on the Democrat side. I'll tell you what you do. You pray that Hillary finds a way to undermine Barack Obama at the convention so they split the Democrat Party and all these first-time voters don't go to the polls in November.
But if that happens, Michael, you'll have riots in the street.
You will.
If they take this from Barack Obama...
Oh, I'm not saying they won't have riots.
But you know what?
It's the only way John McCain may win.
Yeah, but Bloomberg, there's a rumor going around here in New York that Bloomberg will actually pay for a campaign for Barack Obama as a third party. You'll have that third party. But it's the only way I see that John McCain wins, unless he somehow or another, you know, the clouds open up and he becomes, you know, and Reagan anoints him. I've got to run, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll talk again. So now where am I wrong? The fever surrounding the Obama campaign, I think, makes him a lock for the presidency. The chosen one just can't lose.